Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? It's Ryan Miller checking in with GST's YQMA, episode number 35. Today's question is brought to us by Donna G, and she wants to know how to eat more food in the off-season. Donna, let me talk to you for a little bit here. When you want to increase your calorie intake in the off-season, there's a few things that need to be in check. Let's get into those few things and get these tips knocked out on how to be able to increase your off-season calorie intake without seeing big jumps in fat gain. The goal here is to make sure that coming off of your previous fat loss phase or that long-term contest prep, that you allow your basal metabolic rate to normalize. I talked about this in yesterday's YQMA number 34, and the way that you do that is you really just work your calories back up to where they typically are at the start of your prep, and then eventually get higher than at the start of your prep. What that does, it's going to upregulate your basal metabolic rate, and it's going to remove any metabolic adaptation that took place during that contest prep due to a constant removal of energy from your body. Hormone levels are going to upregulate. Natural systems in the body that it tends to downregulate are going to normalize, and that's just in general going to increase your basal metabolic rate. Just with that one tip, you are going to increase the amount of calories that you burn naturally throughout your day. Now that's minus any added activity. So right there you have the ability to eat more calories, and that's a real reason. That's something that really happens. Increase that basal metabolic rate through a input of energy compared to when you're in your contest prep. That's going to be tip number one, and that's going to allow you to eat more right off the bat. It doesn't take long for your body to upregulate its basal metabolic rate. Okay, Donna, tip number two is outside of the basal metabolic rate, you want to try to increase your total daily energy expenditure. You'll often see that referred to as TDEE, and it's obvious why, total daily energy expenditure. And you can do that by just simply being more active. This sounds awfully simple and silly for me to say, but a lot of people just don't get the concept that if they want to eat more, they have to do more. Activity matters. And the more active you are throughout your week, the more energy you're burning and the more energy you can intake without ramping up that calorie surplus. And so you will not see a large gain in fat if you increase your calories, but also increase your activity levels. So how can you increase that TDEE? Now, the time that you spend outside of the gym actually makes up a massive portion of your time here just being alive on Earth. When you think about it, you spend maybe 1 hour a day at the gym, and that's such a small portion. It's about 4% of your day. Now, you spend many hours sleeping, roughly about a third of your life, and then everything else is time spent outside of the gym, moving around, living, being active. So when you really want to increase that total daily energy expenditure and your overall activity level, you should focus on doing things outside of the gym that are physical, going for walks, moving around. Some people have jobs that are very active, and so they can eat a lot of food. These people are often on their feet almost all day long, or they're performing physical work, physical labor all day long. And these people can eat a ton of food, and they're the people that are usually bragging about how many carbs they can eat. But what you don't realize is they're not bragging about what job they have. They can eat a lot because they do a ton outside of the gym every day for 8 hours a day. And that activity really adds up to a huge total daily energy expenditure. And that comes back to, if you want to be able to eat more and not gain weight and not gain a bunch of fat in your off season, you have to do more. So be active outside of the gym. Step up your activity level when you're not in the gym. That's a great way to increase that total daily energy expenditure. Now, obviously, a second method is going to be building more muscle. Muscle is metabolically expensive, and people that have a high amount of lean body mass tend to burn more calories throughout each day than a person with a low level of lean body mass. So the off season is a great time to work on increasing that level of lean body mass in your own body. And you can do that. And the method that you use to do that actually is another method for increasing your total daily energy expenditure. Because when you try to gain lean mass what you have to do is you have to do more in the gym. You have to increase your volume, increase your weight used, increase your reps completed. Just increase that overall stress load on the body in the proper rep ranges. And so when you're doing that, you're actually building up your volume, so that's burning more calories than you did in the past. Your contest prep workouts should definitely burn less calories than your off-season workouts because you're bigger, you're stronger, and you're just doing more work, moving more total weight, and that requires more energy in the form of calories. So gain more muscle, and in the process, increase your activity level, allowing you to eat more and more calories. Overall, those are really the two main tips to be able to eat more in the off season. Once your basal metabolic rate is optimized and running at its optimal daily rate, the best thing you can do is just try to do more. Do more by moving more outside of the gym, and do more by lifting harder, lifting more, being more intense, and aiming to grow inside the gym. Okay, Donna, and to anybody else watching, these are 3 top-level tips that are going to allow you to increase that off-season calorie intake without seeing that excessive gain in fat. I hope that you follow up with any questions you have. Email me at ryan@growthstimulustraining.com, comment on this video, and subscribe to this YouTube channel so I can continue to bring knowledge from my brain right into yours. Thank you for watching, and I appreciate the views.